Hello everybody. This video is for those who is asking, have a lot of questions about like what is how to become an engineer in modern world and what it is to be an engineer. And I'm actually not yet an engineer in this formal classical way. I do think that it's more of like you can be engineering whatever you want. It's just approach how you do things when you do them structurized and methodology in some kind of methodology. So anyways, doesn't matter. We're talking about real engineering here. I'm just fourth year student. Yeah, I went through a lot and I got some kind of experience. So I'd like to share with you so you don't make my mistakes. Or you repeat my successes which I made, which is also so cool to do. Yeah, what you have on my screen is actually Pinterest with electrical engineering um, images. So what's going on there? What's the question about like why electrical engineering? It's just kind of, I don't even consider it something so special. I do consider it as a basic degree since our world like runs on the electricity, and yeah, it depends on kind of field you are at, because if you're at medicine you will think that world couldn't live without medicine, which is also true, right? But it's just my point of view, so probably I just think that everything runs on electricity and we just kind of need it everywhere. And whatever connected to electricity specifically could be beneficial. So later on, we result into building computers and microcontrollers and those things to, improve our capabilities. So, yes, why do I have opened Pinterest? I have no idea. It's just cool, I just like Pinterest. I just like looking at Picture City there. I just like kind of inspirations giving to me, and it's just all cool. It's just all cool. Because like immediately you get those um, visual explanations which you're lacking at any class and everywhere, with also inspiration you kind of start to like just see several things. It's just so cool. um um yeah, but also it's a cool instrument to finding literature books. Let's I just I'm not sure what is exactly inside of them. I do know a bit of what's inside of the art of electronics. um and I would just go to Pinterest, type electrical engineer, find, I just like the cover of this book, A Practical Introduction to Electronic Circuits. Okay, it's cool. I could just buy it to find somewhere on the internet and just like read, go through it, and just kind of cool. And yeah, yeah, it's just kind of cool. If I have some free time, I don't know, I would just go and read this book. Yeah, it's going to take for me a month, two for this book, probably like 3 4 months with practice, probably even more. But like it's electronic circus. The whole world runs on them, and like, why don't to study it? So, yeah, some people say it's tough, and it's tough degree, but I'm going to explain to you why exactly and how you can make it so easy so it feels even illegal. Um, yeah, what's I do think that even the main value of you, if you during your degree you kind of grasp what exactly you can do to succeed in any connected to engineering field, or maybe in even at any other field. So yeah, because because I'm going to explain it later. Yeah, that's Pinterest, that's cool. We just find a book, go for the book, and go inside of it. Um, Now I'm going to take about my background, what happened with me at my university, what I'm actually doing now, and what I do think is cool. I'm not an engineer with 10, 20 years of experience. I'm just young guy who is really interested about engineering and living in the part of the world where like nobody doing it. But yeah, um, what we're going to do is to find this map because probably you can find on my channel some videos about like that where I'm burning, um, where I literally enrage because um like in the university there are so many subjects, and you kind of should go through almost all of them to figure out. You need to go through entire course to figure out whether it's useful or not. So it's kind of crazy. uh yeah, and you do know what's going to be useful for you in the future, and not for the everybody electrical engineering degree is affordable. And especially if it is affordable, it might be not that accessible as for me because I'm studying like uh, kind of online degree, evening school. I don't know. I'm out of EU and US, and it's kind of super hot here because we don't have actual labs. And I probably could gain access to this lab, but I don't know. I do think it's going to be a lot of a lot of concerns there because it's better to build it on your own at your home so you have full control on it. So nobody going to bother it. I do think it's even better. Yeah, what we're going to discuss here, it's kind of super obvious. If anybody could tell me like 3 4 years ago that like bro, math, physics, programming, electronics, and like electrical engineer, small electrotechnic stuff. So I would say, are you seriously, bro? I know it. I know it is so obvious. It's like math, physics, programming, electronics, and that is like, bro, what are you talking about? It's so obvious. Actually, it's not. It's not what you think it is if you haven't gone through it yet. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Actually, yeah, it's not what you think until you went through it. Believe me or not, it's kind of tricky thing. It's so tricky thing, and I was tricked on that. Honestly, I do want to explain to you because my biggest problem was during my degree that I didn't understand even like general way how things are supposed to work at my job and what kind of positions are there and what like fields, what are those fields are exactly inside, because inside of math is like 10 different subjects, inside of physics is like 10 different subdisciplines, um, as well as programming, like all those are together. It's like it's not it's solo majors by itself. It's not like you could ever be good at it. You're never going to be good enough at math, physics, or programming. It's like impossible. You might make a very big significant progress in terms of your personal development, in terms of your vision of the world, but in kind of like, if you're going to compete with somebody who has at least one more year of fundamental studying or taking fundamental course, he's going to crush you probably in terms of understanding how things are working. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And yeah, if you have this dream that you're going to master all of this, like, I would say you probably will need to sacrifice with something, but like you can do it. But I'm going to talk about it a bit further. Yeah, actually, math. I don't know what even to talk about there because I spent with this course. I stick with it for 2 years, and that was my beginning, and that was my end at my degree. Really, that is. I did a bit of programming at the beginning. I was interested, and I'm still interested about like going deep inside of computer architecture and operational systems and so on, as well as some fields of physics. But it resulted, I had so many courses that it resulted that 2 years of my actual study of me developing some kind of expertise resulted in math, which is kind of a bit of fucked up because it's not that much you can do with math exactly. You can teach or do something else, but exactly with math is like it's nothing to do. It's abstract. Of course, I was studying the applied math, but yet it's not so easy to apply all of those concepts. Like in real world, you just use two, three of them, and uh, the rest box of whatever you studied just needed for you. It just makes it all comfortable because you just know that you have kind of instrument box with the instruments to tackle some challenges which might appear in some of fields. Let's say optimizations. It's amazing instrument. It's like it's super cool, a genius. And let's say information theory. Let's say whatever it is, discrete math, which goes to used in programming and so on. It's not like exactly used in programming in the way it is given in math, but like um, you got me. Some guy who was Henry Poincaré who said like math is a beauty of giving different names to the several things to the same things. As far as I remember, it's saying because it's so cool because in math you're going to study some concepts, um, and then you go to physics and you find like those concepts which you study in math in physics in a bit of a different way, and it's just beautiful. I don't know, you just find it from a different way. You're just like, ah, okay, differential equations isn't just cool, they're freaking useful. And okay, yeah, so I spent 2 years there. I did a bit of programming, I'd say, kind of enough of programming, enough of programming. But yeah, and with physics, I was really really good at physics at school. Yeah, I didn't understand it from without math. I just looked at like physics with calculus, and I was like terrified because it's not what I studied at school. So I went to study math, and then when I came to physics, it was just I went through book. I didn't even solve any problems. I was just chill guy. Yeah, because I don't know. It wasn't like something impressing to me. I do understand that I less likely will like need it in the future in terms of deep expertise. I just like okay, physics is just physics. But the core thing that you need to develop some kind of expertise in any way, what this degree is supposed you to do is to develop like actually expertise in all of them. But I'd say it's not going to happen because like 3 4 years, even 5 years, it's nothing. It's nothing in studying, and none actually can like stick with that amount of attention to like, because honestly if you really study math deeply on the first place, you kind of already there. It's like your home. You're not going really to like go to physics so deep. What you're going to do probably before is like just study math on like surface level, you're just okay with that, and then you go to physics, and that's where you deepen your knowledge. What I'm not recommend is deepening your knowledge with programming. It might be beneficial. You might even do it on the first place to get a job, but it's hard to work while you like in technical field while you pursuing your degree, just because like if you're really developing expertise is the only priority which you will have. So yeah, and it's kind of crazy. um yeah, that's kind of crazy. What else to do with that? Yeah, let me give you a bit of my experience again, a bit of my personal feeling. uh, I do feel that everything runs on math, but real world engineering is actually a bit of more practical thing. Yeah, of course you need to understand physics, of course you need to understand programming, but like whenever somebody says it's like, guy, you need to master physics, you need to master math, you need to master programming, you always have this kind of question: to which extent I need to master them? So to which extent? Because as it happened to me, I just went into math and I didn't get out of it. I just stuck there, and that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, I just stuck there. um what's going to happen is that it depends on your degree, whether it's power electronics or whatever it is, but I am a control systems, and it really depends on the field. It's really depends on the field. If you like planning to be a super bossy at like government job, you're probably gonna tackle so formal basics of every subject. I don't think it's kind of approach might happen there, but like I'm not sure. uh yeah, what I'm going to explain you next. Yeah, real job is all about electronics and general electrical engineering, big electrical engineer. I mean, power electronics, whatever, drives, motors, like those things, generators, and that is. Like, it really depends on, like, where you're planning to go. If you don't have plans yet, just stick with several disciplines in different fields, like, try to go through them. Because, as it happened to me, I went through math through really, 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 really big scaled, I'd say, amount of courses, and I had no any more desire to go really deep there. I'm okay with programming. Electronics is one more thing which I haven't skipped it really, but I don't think I'm really good at it. I really don't think I'm really good at it. For math, let's say for math, it takes at least 1 year to develop some kind of minimal intuition. 1 year. For physics, I don't know if there are any limits because there are so different fields of it. But if you like, you can target really is mechanics and electromagnetism and those things, like that, those two big topics are so important. I'd say I don't want to give it a lot here, but I need to give something here. I would put half of a year to year, because it's really hard. Like, um it's only limited to my experience. Yeah, because for different people it's like every subject is useful, you can make a major any of them, but like the minimal I'd recommend is this. The minimal I recommend this is also 1 year, but the thing is, with math you're not going to make any proofs or really solve really big equations on paper anymore, so you have one chance and it's better to do in one shot with math. While with physics, you're going to use it a lot, and it's more of like practical subject. And even if you skipped physics, if you go later to electronics, oh my friend, you're gonna understand how much you needed it, how much you need it. So you probably even go back and study it for, but you don't need like that hard like intuition, which you planning to develop will depend on the field you're planning to work eventually at. And kind of subfield is counted, electronics might be counted as subfield or like a brother of it. So yeah, um programming, it stands like it's just a chill guy, you know, it's just a chill guy. uh there not so much to talk about it, like it's just more it's super practical subject, as well as math, as well as physics. Nobody going to study those theorems for 30 hours a day. You're going to study theorems for 1 hour a day, and other like 3 4 hours you probably will spend on like solving problems. So that's what lead you to success, not those theoretical stuff. You're not going to understand it without practical experience, understanding what those things are used for. You're not going to understand theory without practice, especially with math, especially with physics, I'd say. But like, no, physical theory is more for practical thing, I'd say. It's all what necessary to solve practical problems. It's a bit vice versa. Yeah. And programming is definitely just practical thing. Um, yeah, that's kind of, those three things are like super core. Like, those are like super cool. If you're going to spend there some time, you super cool. You like, you chill guy. It's perfect. I'd say you completed level 1, which kind of pissing me off when I hear that from somebody who like really went through those degrees, and he tells me that like I like spend like 2 to 3 years studying all of that. I'd say, yeah, and somebody telling me that I completed level 1 when I already feel like level 9,999. I feel as a god. I know everything in this world. Nobody knows everything. Chill out. Yeah, it's kind of level 1. It's kind of, in terms of personal development. Listen, in terms of personal development, this is a huge, massive work. But remember, you're living in 2000 something, 2020 something, and it's like there's so many scientists and so many information in this world. It's like more scientists now than ever before. Yeah, yeah, those kind of core subjects, they just opening doors to you. Those are fundamentals. Those are just making your life super super easy. What I'm going to recommend is do math first of all. Yeah, then like do something with physics. Depends on you, depends on your field. Like, maybe you're not even going to spend that much time. Somehow, somewhere, you should spend this time on this. Like, maybe you did it at school, I don't know, but like you need to be at least familiar with like how calculus applied to the theoretical physics in terms of like generalized formulas, you know. And I do think it's probably, it depends on what you're going to do in the future. So yeah, programming, you know, not so much to tell about programming. Everybody screaming about programming from every corner. I'm get used to it. Like, programming is just a cool instrument. It's just the interface to control your computer. It's nothing more. So yeah, it is actually core. If you did it, you already kind of chill guy. You're already kind of cool. You're already kind of cool. It is the hardest, I'd say. No, of course you will have the more hardest challenges because it's just the way life works. But like it's really rewarding to do this. It's really rewarding. in terms of your personal intelligence and the way you see the world, and like whatever the way math is romanticized in movies, it is probably really what it is in the real world. Sometimes that like this is the way how you feel. So I'm I'm just messing around there. Wait a second. I'm trying to fix this trash. Yeah. So this is your level first, developing fundamental knowledge, and yeah, that's so important. That's probably if you like spend, I don't know, all the time on those, you kind of can go to any field. You kind of can go to any field because like just let me like you can go even from there somewhere else and like this, and you will have chemistry there, but it's like I don't know what's happening with chemistry degrees. I never was really about it. um yeah, what's going to happen after this is electronics and general electrical engineering, which stands for power electronics, electrical motors, generators, and whatever you just study control theory for. And which I include control theory as a subfield of math. It's nothing more. And yeah, and that is, and then it's electronics. It really depends on what you're planning to do with electronics. I don't know what's your like goal, but as fast as you understand what the goal of your degree is, the best. Because for me, I'm a control system engineer kind of, and for me the biggest thing is microcontrollers. So when it comes to general electrical engineering, I do understand that I better to concentrate on like how the motors works and how to control them, and kind of a bit of at least get understanding what happens with power electronics and power controls, and those things, power transformers, whatever they are. So electronics, yeah, in terms of electronics, it's kind of like what you're going to do exactly, my friend, because I really sorry, they just um what you're going to do with electronics exactly, you know whether you're just programming a microcontroller, you just need to have like super small amount of knowledge there, like nothing, like cancel it. Yeah, if you're going to assemble some circuits, so you're going to be PCB designer, you should develop intuition there, my friend. You should develop intuition there. Of course you should, because it's like your core subject. Yeah. So yeah, then it's digital signals processing and communication, which is if you're doing microcontrollers, this is what you need, my friend. This is what you need, my friend. So yeah, you don't see it on your screen. Let me fix it. So yeah, that's what you kind of have there, right? That's what went for me as like for control system engineer, and I do think that control system is super cool degree. You know, to be honest, there are like different like industrial automations, those types of things. There are a lot of things to do. I'm not sure. I'm really going inside of it. I'm really going inside of it because, first of all, to be honest, where I am at right now, I should build a lab with electronics in order to like assembly them and microcontrollers and control some motors. So it's kind of all results in like what I stuck with now is building a lab only thing, which is I'm not doing because you know what? I'm doing something with math, physics, and programming right now because I was doing something there, right? So I kind of do side quest for these. Uh, yeah, I'm going to be there. I kind of do side quest for these, and plus I'm trying to study for like honors degree, which is going to result in the third priority which I have, which is something else. So yeah, and it's not kind of, if you study for honors degree, it's not all about like developing real skills. It's more of like you just should appear with kind of big understanding of the subjects, which whatever those subjects which you're passing. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's big. That's big. That's a big degree. It requires a lot of work. Even me spent like 2.5 years, 2 years doing some kind of math bullshit, and then like regularly visiting and looking at what's happened in physics and programming. Yeah, I found myself broken when it came to electronics, electrical engineer. But basically, I'm okay with that. General electrical engineer, I'm relatively okay with that. It's not that hard, honestly. It's it just takes time as every subject, but it's kind of, I'm okay with that. I'm not scared of it, honestly. To be honest, I'm a bit of scared about electronics. Really, I know it's fun. I know it's cool. I know it's super lovely subject. But the problem is, I hate to study just by reading books. I need to assemble something. I need to do something, and that's what I'm struggling with building lab. And it's not a big problem to build lab exactly. It's just problem to find time with that because I have plus two priorities on top of that. So I honestly, I honestly hope that that not happening with your degree, as it happens to me. It's kind of super. It's kind of super tough then, but yeah. Those kind of. I just want to write it. That is controls. Though this one is controls. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like it. Oh no, you don't see it. Wait a minute. Okay. Somehow. Okay. Yeah, now okay. Let's say it works. Okay. So yeah, controls. Uh this kind of might be job. Yeah, and this might be something like good marks. And there's one more thing I want to talk about there. Uh, controls, which is practical, and whether I just wanted to mention something else there. It's like um, what is this one more priority which can be holding you back from, okay, fundamental obsession with fundamentals. Let's say it like this, and let's go for making it not that big. So yeah, what things which might holding you back from getting this degree in the way it's like the best possible way? Those things are what hold me back, and those things which might be holding you back, even if you're normal guy, you're just interested about this field, you just like, anyways, it could pull you back. Except of like procrastinations and all those things, let's just imagine we can overcome all of them, because when you become interested, it's not a problem anymore. So yeah, which is What can hold you back? Look, if you're aiming for good marks, my friend, it can really hold you back from gaining really real understanding. Yeah, it will be easier to gain understanding later with good marks, but you need to understand you're going to make it later, because it takes time to just answer stupid questions, run your personal very stupid experiments, went through really useless and not useless books, um, in order to gain real understanding, or practical experience and so on, which not always stands for good marks, because for good marks you not just reading whatever you feels gaps in, you more for like reading what exactly your degrees requires from you, which is, I do find it's a bit of crazy, like why everyone looking at it, especially when you go to master's degree. I don't know why. Like it's like engineering field is so broad, but like okay, let just imagine we study more of like fundamental subjects on my program, and good marks are really important. Okay, and what can hold you back is obsession with fundamentals. Really, it's so fucked up, my friend. It's so fucked up topic, because like that's for me. That's where I lost myself. Obsession with fundamentals. It's like my sin. Never do this. Never do this. Practical experience is like 100% cooler than anything else. And if you do some practical thing, even like don't be that obsessed with fundamentals. I do think better to build more for projects, and then okay, I don't know. So obsession is with fundamentals is killing you, because I stick with math, and that is like and it's not that much applicable at engineering, to be honest, because like what you need to do is like more for electronics and general electrical engineering. That's what's really important, but like everything is important, to be honest. So yeah, whatever can pull you back is a job. Job can you pull you back really, and hold from getting your degree in really like way you want. And that's super crazy, to be honest. It's like it's just really hard to run a degree while working, but if you can do it, if you like can find a job which you just automatically make well, that's the way you go, and then you can like turn your brain on to study things. um yeah, whatever else is here is practical controls. I don't know, controls kind of looks for me as super universal, because you do things with programming, with computer engineering. Also you have possibilities in physics and electronics solely, and communications. And I just find it's like super general. It's like the I do feel that as the broadest like degree, to be honest. Yeah, because you need to be good at all those fundamentals. It's literally what stands, what like later on, if you're really good there, like you could say you go to like robotics, then it's like robotics then, which is, we know that it stands for future, uh or AI, whatever it is, which is like you need to be really good there to be honest. And yeah, and that's what this is about, because um yeah, I just want to emphasize that fundamentals are important, but don't be obsessed with them. Good marks are important if you're planning for masters, but in the process, if you really study something, you might be pissed off by the academia a bit, because like you, as much as you study, as much interest in the field you gain, as much your personal expertise you gain, as much your personal understanding you gain, and as much interest you have in different other subjects which you cannot just start study because your program already requires you to study something in the way they want. So yeah, that's what I stuck with, to be honest. But like uh yeah, good marks could also be a bit of a problem. It's another priority which is kind of might be hard. um yeah, what else? For controls, it's just cool degree because it's just the most broad, and you kind of start to understand a lot of things and the way, like, the world actually now standing on automations, and actually it's kind of, I just feel it's a core of everything. I don't know. It's just for me. It's core for everything. Because like you can program like whatever you want. Like you can build a robot, you can build like mobile application, you can build, I don't know, automated line to produce something, you can build, like it's actually that the core. It's using computers to interact with physical world, which is not stands for like personal computers, which I'm using right now to make this video, but it's more of like microcontrollers, which are small computers used to interact with um, interact autonomously and be cheap and be really lightweighted. Yeah, those things are kind of cool. uh yeah, if you have like something there, you can go for electronics, electrical engineering, a general electrical engineer concept, and then like if you're planning to do microcontrollers programming, like if you, that's a question, are you planning to do industrial or are you planning to do something with hardware just itself, or are you planning to be just microcontroller developer or like general embedded developer, whatever it is, or you want to be a robotics engineer, or like it really depends. It really depends what you're planning to like to do. That's a question, and how you can dedicate and make pipeline for studying for those, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years it's going to take at least, because here you spend 2.5 years at least, 3 years, something like that, 2 years here, and then the rest is plus year or half to do a bit of fundamental studying, and then you go for more for like building projects, doing things with labs, and like do something with those things, and you actually, yeah, you're gaining some experience from doing making things, because there you more of like working with paper without application. You actually use some problems to, but it has no actual goal. Exactly, you're just starting. Here your goal becomes to build something, you understand? Here your goal become, by the way, digital signal processing and communication, I would give it to the fundamentals also, but you can apply it like immediately, it's even better. And here the real engineering starting when you exactly should be building things. And um I don't know, it depends on like what is your goal. Like if you're planning to make money, or you're just generally interested in engineering, or you want to have a good marks, or like you have the field which you want to work at, or you're just figuring it out. It all depends on also region you're living at, what kind of jobs are available there, what kind of internships are available there. In my region is nothing like available. It's like absolutely zero. It's abandoned. uh, and I'm ready to, move somewhere, relocate, and so on. And like, but I'm okay right now. I'm trying to build a lab. I want to do something with microcontrollers and electronics, and that is probably not. Probably yes. I would like to, but I also have these things going on, which is my job, obsession with fundamentals and obsession with good marks. But like practical things are the most important part. It's like it's like there where the most of the pleasure comes from. Yeah, that's kind of this. And yeah, that is, thank you. I hope it made your life easier, because it's like, I don't know. I was struggling with that so many times, because my question was what the end product of whatever I should do. Depends on kind of position you're at. Because for controls engineer, software controls engineer or embedded developer is like microcontroller, which is small computer, which controls current, which rules from there, and like then do something by these in order to control these. That's how I would explain it. So it's kind of, and in every of those, all of that is used. And like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of, that is like, if you have time you can just go immediately to electronics labs and programming microcontrollers, and like you're going to be okay. You just, and that is, depends on what kind of expertise you want to develop, on your degree. Whether you're more for like find a good job as fast as possible, whether you to continue in academia to get masters, whether you just to explore the world, whether you just messing around with you not really studying, which is also okay, man. Do like, I don't have anything against it. Like, everybody does what he thinks is cool. I do think that is cool to be kind of understand those things, at least those things, at least understand what's happening inside of those things, and like at least how you can improve there, because those are really big fields. You can spend all your life studying electronics as well as microcontrollers and so many things. Like, there's always something to study, there's always something to do, and that is. So thank you very much. I do think it was helpful. I hope so.